All right, so we are in Epcot today. I'm actually in the Canada Pavilion now. We are going to be doing the Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak 2022. Super excited to do this, show you guys the prize, go through all of the Remy's. So we're gonna just jump right into it and get started with it. I also just want to note this is an exclusive for the International Food and Wine Festival. So I'm here today for that. They do have a pumpkin hide and seek thing, but it's not available yet. So unfortunately we can't do that today, but we're gonna jump right into this scavenger hunt map right away. All right, so I got Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak. Here's the map. All the stickers are right on the back. It is $10. So we're gonna go through this together today, find all of these, and then get our prize together. The redemption locations are at Disney Traders, World Traveler, or Creations, which is also where you can buy this scavenger hunt. Along with the locations I said, you can also get it here at Gateway Gifts, which is right under the giant ball. So as I'm coming along here, it looks like they are distributing some sort of pass holder magnet, so we're gonna see what this is all about. Okay, so the magnet was one that we already had from Disney Springs, but we're gonna get started on this map. I'm gonna start with Australia because it's on the right side. You can follow these dotted lines. Starts right up there. You can also see the red Mickeys are the redemption locations or where you can purchase it. So yeah, everything's right here on the map for you. So yeah, we're gonna get started with Australia, then Canada, and just work our way up around this way. You can see the food and wines presented by Corksicle. You can see one right there. And Remy on his ice cream. So in most of the past ones, it's only the actual countries, but like Australia is not a country here, it's a booth. So definitely gonna be interesting to see how they incorporate these booths into the scavenger hunt. So we're gonna find out pretty early here. All right, so here's Australia and there's Remy. You see it says herbs. Looks like we're looking for that one right there for Australia. So let's get that on the board. All right, we got it on the board, heading over to Canada. And as soon as you go up the stairs in Canada, you see the Trading Post refreshments, and here's Remy with some bread for the Canada one. So from the Canada one, you can actually see the Appleseed Orchard there, and you can see Remy on top with a pan. All right, there we go, 3 down and 12 to go on the way to France. All right, so I went back by where the Remy Ratatouille ride is. I assumed it would be up there, back there, maybe up by one of these things or something. Haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna keep looking around France. And yes, there is a giant Remy here, but no, that is not the Remy you're looking for. There are gonna be the small ones. This one is just here on his own. Oh, there we go. I see him now in this maze, right over here with what looks to be an eggplant. All right, there we go. We got it. On the way to Brazil now, which should be right nearby here. And while we're in France, I just want to mention, Lexi and I absolutely love this country. Le Chefs de France is such a great restaurant. We ate there right up in one of those windows, actually, and it was so good. And they have an ice cream place right in the back around the corner that is also some of the best ice cream I think we've ever had. So if you haven't eaten here or come here for dessert, definitely take the time to do so because it's so worth it. All right, there's Brazil, and I see Remy on top with some onions. And then there was Brazil. Next one is right here at Tangerine Cafe in Morocco. So I'm gonna see where this next Remy is and see if we can find him quick. All right, I actually found him right there with a salt and pepper shaker, right on the awning. Right on the awning next to the sign. All right, another one down, on the way to Japan now, which is not a booth, it's actually another country. All right, so one thing I'm noticing about this scavenger hunt is it's definitely easier than some of the other ones in the past. That might change, like which one was it? There was one of them that was kind of hard. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but they've all been pretty easy so far. So we'll see if the rest of them are also going to be easy or maybe get a little harder. So it was France. The hard one was France, the one I just did. I was trying to think back to earlier ones, but yeah, it was definitely France that was the hardest one. The rest have been super easy. So yeah, we're in Japan now, and we'll just see if they get harder or if it's going to be not too hard for all of these. So I figured I'd check back here first. This is actually a really beautiful area too, with all of the little bridges. They usually have some bonsai trees nearby too. Oh, and here's a hidden Mickey right there. But yeah, just figured I'd check back here first. I don't see anything yet. So just gonna keep looking around, and if I spot him, I'll of course let you guys know. All right, so here he is at the top of that water feature with some zucchini. And we were just right over on these bridges, so he's not too far from there. All right, another one down. That one was probably, like, that might be the actual hardest one so far, but I just happened to look over there first just because that's where I figured it would be, over by the, like, water feature. Japan is very big though, so if I didn't go there first, I probably would have been looking there for a long time. We're gonna head over to hops and barley now. All right, and there's a band playing, so it might be hard to hear, but you can see him on the top with some peppers on top of the hops and barley stand in the back of America. All right, so here in Italy, I would assume he'd be on one of these two or up on top of the tall tower. I don't see him yet. I'm gonna keep looking. Maybe up on one of these balconies over here, so I'll check it out. But yeah, I definitely noticed the ones in the countries are much harder because the ones in the just little booths are usually right on top. So we'll see if that's a pattern through the whole thing. But yeah, we're gonna keep looking through Italy. I will let you know when I find him. So I actually just spotted him. I don't even know how I saw this, but if you can see him from here, put it down in the comments where he is without skipping ahead in the video. So yeah, I will show you a little more zoomed in version in just a second. And there he is on top of the Via Napoli restaurant with a tomato. All right, got that one in, heading to Germany. We got a few more countries, a few more booths, so let's see how many more we can get here and get to that prize. All right, so next one is Germany. I don't know if he'll be over here. I don't know if they would put him in here, but that would be my main guess, so we'll see if he pops up. I don't see him yet, so I'm gonna look around the entire train area and then get further into Germany. All right, and all the way in the back by the Beer Garden restaurant, which is actually one of my favorite restaurants in the park. Actually in all of Disney, really. I think it's super good. Right here by the, and I'm going to totally butcher this, Kunsterbite in Cristal store. He's right up there with a bottle of olive oil. All right, got that one on there. Next are Kenya and India, which are both booths. So let's see if those are as easy as the other booths or if maybe they take a different turn here. All right, and here's the Kenya booth. And I gotta say, this one is actually a little tougher because it was actually on the rock right next to the booth, not on the booth itself. So there he is. All right, while walking up to the India booth, I actually already see him right there with some garlic. All right, so we put those two on. Now we have China and Mexico, which are both countries, and we wrap it up with a booth. China's another of those big open countries, so this one might be tougher to find. I'm going to start by going through these pathways here. I'm hoping that he's in here. That way it's just a little bit easier. So we'll see. I'm going to take a look and let you know if I find him in here. So far, I just want to say this is a lot of fun. All the booth ones have been really easy except for Kenya, France, and France has been the hardest one for me to find, although I think Japan would have been the hardest one overall. This is a lot of fun. It's $10, you get a cool prize. I definitely suggest it. So let's keep looking for the one in China now. All right, so after searching through here for a while, looking on the tops of all the buildings, I did realize there is a booth that is of China. So I'm gonna go check that booth out. It's right over that way and see if he is on top of there. Right over this way. Okay, I actually see him on top of it now. This one's definitely the hardest one because you would think he'd be in the country, but really he's actually on top of the booth over here. I'll give you a better angle. So we are passing Norway now. Unfortunately, they do not have any in Norway, as you can see. This is probably my favorite country. I am actually Norwegian myself. I used to love the Maelstrom ride. That's a throwback. I do love the Frozen ride, the stores. My favorite cologne is Guier Ness from here, so a little unfortunate that they did not put one in here, but we're gonna move on to the next one, which is Mexico. So as I'm walking up to Mexico now, I wanted to note one thing that's really awesome about this specific one is they're all outside. The Festival of the Arts one, which I'll link that video below when we looked for some of those were inside too, which made it a lot harder. All right, so I'll link that video below if you want to check it out, but we're gonna keep on moving toward Mexico to look for Remy. So you would think it would be up on top of there, but Mexico is one of those countries that's actually pretty small in terms of what's outside. So with most of these, if you just look up, and I'll talk more about that in the outro, you can see them like you see him with a squash right up here at the La Cantina. And I'm just realizing, just like with China, this one also has a Mexico booth, which could throw you off, especially if you do China's first. But I'll talk more about the difficulty of it all and everything later on in the video. And now obviously with one left, we could just place that sticker on, but that's no fun, so I'm gonna go find it. But what I did just find was a surprise hidden Mickey right there. And if I do have one complaint, they make it look like Australia's first, but if you follow the lines on Earth Eats, that one's actually like right next to Australia. So if you start with Australia and end with Earth Eats, it's just gonna add a little bit of walking to your day, but a little bit of walking never hurt nobody. All right, so there's the Australia booth. We're gonna be walking up this way, and right there's Earth Eats. So I can actually see him right there with some carrots. All right, there we go. We got the whole map filled in. We're gonna go to one of these redemption locations and get our prize. And so I just realized it's not on here, Port of Entry, but Port of Entry is actually a redemption location, which is gonna be kind of right at the front of this World Showcase Lake. So you can go there to get your prize as well. All right, I got my prize. I'll show you guys what I got and explain a little bit too. All right, so there was an option for the prize, 4 different choices. They are cups. I'm gonna put a picture up here of the options. One had Tiana, one had Remy, one had Figment, and one had Mickey. So you get to choose between them. They're pretty good sized cups. From what I could tell, none of them say Food and Wine or Epcot or Disney. It's just the characters, but they do look pretty cool. So I'm gonna show you which one I chose now. So I did go with Figment. It's a cool, like, it's hard to tell in the video, but it's almost like a 3D looking cup. Got Figment cooking with a bunch of foods. You can kind of see the shrimp move there. So yeah, it's really cool. The texture is cool. I'm really happy with it. Nice big size. Yeah, so pretty good prize if you ask me. All right, so that will be it for Remy Ratatouille Hide and Squeak. It was a really fun maze. Honestly, if you just kind of look up and scan around left to right, back and forth, you're gonna find most of them. But with certain ones like Japan and France, you do have to look down. But it was so much fun. You get a really cool prize. I definitely suggest it. And when they do the pumpkin one, you should come here. It might only be in October and November until the event ends, but definitely do that one as well. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. We are almost at 100, so definitely hoping to get there soon. Leave a comment below with what you enjoyed, what your favorite, Remy was, what the hardest one you think was to find. Also like the video, and I will see you in the next one.